what's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's get into it. I don't know what to say, man. I truly don't know what to say. That's some bizarre ish right there. It's a lot of things you see in the world that just don't make no damn sense. And that's one of them. Nicki Minaj husband, not boyfriend, husband, decides, and don't forget to hit the like button. I know y'all just got here. Hit the like button right now. He goes with a couple of his street goons. Street goon went live. He in there with him. All four of them look like they got a half a pint and a 40 sitting on the corner talking about like they waiting on Offset to come outside or something. It's like, huh? I'm like, Nicki Minaj, this is your husband. This guy represents you. You're supposed to be this multi-millionaire, upper echelon female. And this is who you chose to be the father of your children. And this is how he's acting. Going on the internet, making a threat to Offset. And we're seeing it. And I'm like, is he allowed to do that? I'm like, that's kind of dumb. I don't think nobody gonna press any charges, but I mean, what he's doing is basically sending threats. You know, like guys do that all the time, cap. But, you know, he has a track record that's not very good. You know, his track record is, you know, he's on a thin line as it is in the state. So for him to even take this course based on what happened in the VMAs between Nicki and Cardi B, who both performed, it's like, look, dog, they're entertainers. I don't know what Kenneth is, except for a street dude. That's it. So my thing is this. You gonna have to act like a street dude would do. Because I've seen street dudes and they don't respond like that. They ain't going on IG to talk. If this was really something, they ain't finna go on the internet. They ain't finna be seen on the internet doing something, especially when they own papers. It don't make no sense. You on papers, B. Like, they got you literally on papers. You can't maneuver. You can't do anything. Bruh, that's a wrap. So now you got to do 120 days in jail. The crimes that they got you for, listed for, and the things that you have been accused of that you ain't been charged of, but everybody believe you did. I'm not even going through them, but believe me, the state don't like you. And if it wasn't for Nicki Minaj, bruh, you on a thin line as it is. A lot of people don't let Nicki Minaj come around certain events because they don't want you around. These are facts, bro. They don't want you around. So they don't invite Nicki. Nicki don't get that invite. She downgraded herself by marrying you. You might make her feel safe, and she think a thug make her feel secure. But I'm like, what you need a thug for when you dealing with multimillionaires and billionaire people? You ain't hanging in the streets no more. So what the hell you need a thug for protection for? You see, Offset is an artist. He makes his own money. He got his own millions that he's making. Right along with Cardi. Cardi making her millions. She got a guy she's attached to, father her children, who makes millions also. So they both have a brand. They bring something to the table. Not somebody who got a million felonies. What he bringing to the table? But guns, drugs, violence, court cases, lawyers, police. How does that help your brand? You know how much it helped your brand? You lost out on millions of dollars because they just came out with a Barbie movie and you weren't involved. Wow. You know how much money you could have made that was blown? After you kept the Barbie trend going? After you stole it from Kim? Wow. Little Kim's on the cover of Ebony for the 50th year in hip hop. Not you. Hit the like button, good people. Well, it hurts people when they have to be put in boxes and squares that they shouldn't even be in, you know. When only somebody can provide you with this something negative, then, you know, you start to see things for what they truly are. Be like, oh, he could put it down in a sack. Is that worth your career? Hell, you can find any guy pretty much can put it down in the sack. But can he put it down where it really counts? The bedroom is just one element. What about the other rooms? That was a real stupid thing to do. And I saw it when it was made, and I never made a video on it because I didn't want to give it any publicity, because I knew what was going to happen. I knew you were going to eventually go to jail. I thought you were going to do something stupid, like even more to double down on the ignorance, to try to show the streets you for real or whatever, and really get yourself like locked up. But what Offset said, like, man, I'm on a plane. Like, I don't even know this dude. I don't see this dude. I'm on a plane, B. Like, who is this guy? You know, I'm on a plane. Translation, not worried about him. That's what.
How can I help you?
Yes, I want a large chocolate shake.
I'm sorry, what was that?
A large chocolate shake.
Okay.
And that should be all.
All right. Second window, please.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, they moved him into house arrest? Well, at least he at the crib. Doing what he always do. Putting it down. Oh, I do got some money left. Don't know how much. It's a few bucks. Okay. Thought I gave it all away. Oh no, I didn't. I know what I did. I got mad and checked out. Nicki problem is she got too big for her britches. You know, she was really disrespectful to a lot of people. She was not as appreciative as she should have been for the opportunities that she was given. She really believed she was bigger than what she was, and that she could do whatever she wanted. Nicki didn't start making her real money until she started crossing over doing all that pop song with all those white girls. When she was with like Katy Perry and Christina Aguilera, and you know, she started doing all those Justin Bieber songs. She started getting her money, and she started making that bubblegum popcorn music, and she crossed over into the white zone. But Nicki that we knew and liked was the one that was rugged, who had that verse on Monster with Jay-Z, Kanye, and everybody else. And her verse is the best verse. You know, she was rugged. So now she got stuck in this pop lane, and she started making pop songs and started really getting indignant and getting real disrespectful with people, and people just didn't like her anymore. Demi Lovato started disliking her, and
476, please.
and she thought she could get away with what she was getting away with. And she had a nasty attitude, and people in the staff, where they were, you know, people that worked for the award shows and everything. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. They started to resent her because these makeup crews and everybody else, you know, they just didn't like Nicki. So anything or anybody that came along after the fact was gonna get they were gonna get the nod over her. So when Cardi came, that's why everybody gravitated to Cardi, because she wasn't as mean and nasty as Nicki was. Even though she appeared to be, she was really respectful and was telling people what was the real. And they gravitated to her so heavy. But also, Nicki didn't want to play ball. Nicki didn't want to get down and dirty like Cardi was doing. She didn't want to do all that now. See, Nicki wasn't a stripper. And she wasn't a hoe like that either. She just pretended to be one. And see, that was the difference with Nicki. Nicki was actually a rapper. She was an artist. Well, a lot of the people that were like that worked for BET, a lot of those people who were under or had like lower tier positions, they moved up to higher positions, and they started to attack Nicki Minaj through their social media pages and everything else, which led to a person being removed from social media because they were supporting Cardi B, but they were just mostly not even really supporting Cardi. They just hated Nicki. They hated her attitude. So once they found out Nicki dislikes Cardi, oh, that's even better. We're going to throw all the support to Cardi. We're going to blow it to the moon. They was always taking shots at Nicki. It's like this. People are going to be who they are. Nicki Minaj was always going to be what she was. Nobody could change that. She could rap. She came up in the strip clubs with Pinky and all the rest of those people who were there. So they all had an agenda that was lined up to try to promote her. Her name was Nicki Minaj. But they tried to cross her over to this bisexual thing. They tried to cross her over to the bisexual lane and tell her that, Nicki Minaj, that's hotter. And that was Jadakiss that came up with that name. Jada said, Nicki Minaj, that's hot. She's like, no, Nicki Minaj. He was like, no, Nicki Minaj, now that's fly. That's the name. And that's what it was. It was Nicki Minaj. That's how it popped up. She's the better artist. Nicki's the better artist. She's the best stage performer. But Cardi has the songs. Whether she wrote them or not, she's rapping them on the stage. And all these little thoughts are loving it. And you saw what time it was when you play tough and play crazy to somebody who's really lived that life. Like when Cardi ran down on Nicki at that doggone Met Gala. You see what I'm saying? You saw what was real and you saw what was fake. You saw the one who didn't give a damn and you saw about the one who was scared to death. This goes a long way from talking that talk and walking that walk. Yeah, Cardi was talking good game. But she backed it up. Was it Stack Bundles that gave it the name of Jada? I thought it was Jadakiss, but if it was Stacks, just shouts out, rest in peace, Stack Bundles, if he gave it to her. But I thought it was Jadakiss. But hey, I could be wrong. Nope. Nicki was losing money before her husband even came along. Nicki was going like this. And the reason why is because she got rid of all the people that helped make her successful. Hit the like button, people. She kept too many wars going on. When Cardi B first came out, Nicki should have embraced her. Had she embraced Cardi B when Cardi was making her movement, Nicki would still be up there. Her and her Barbs would still be up there. But what did she do? She wanted to come out with a Nicki podcast Then she wanted to go at Remy Ma. Remy came and bit her head off. So now she was all messed up in the game because Remy just took her head off. And with that being said and done, you come out with this no frauds thing, forced Drake to be in the video. You was with Meek Mill. You and Meek split up. That didn't work. So obviously, who didn't see that coming? Meek career been done ever since then. You come along, right? He bunny hopping for white dudes. Then next thing you know, you got yourself coming along, and you doing this goofiness with no frauds, and you drag Drake into it, and he show up on the tour and all this, and he got you letting you perform your song, and Lil Wayne let you perform your song, and he got Cardi B and Lil Wayne like, all right, Nicki, I'm gonna stop my show so you can go ahead and do your song. And she did her song, and everybody was like this. Like, are you done? She came out with the Dreams song, and nobody was really feeling Dreams. It was like, all right, it's cool, but Little Kim already did Dreams. It's like, come on. Lil Wayne let her perform. She was spiraling. She came out with Barbie Tings and Chung Lee at the same time, and I knew it was over. She started dissing Cardi. When Cardi dropped her album and Cardi album was taking off, she dropped Barbie Tings. It's a Barbie ting. It's a Barbie ting. She started doing Barbie things. She made a video for that. That crap came and went. She was still riding that Barbie wave, which was over by then. And it was like, what are you doing? So she did Barbie things. And then she did the Chung Lee song. When the guy with the kazoo. Once I was King Kong, now I'm Chung Lee. And Chung Lee drops the Benz off. And Chung Lee, first I was King Kong, now I am Chung Lee. And now Chung Lee drops the Benz off. I jumped the Benz off because I'm Chung Lee. And Chung Lee drops the Benz off. I'm like, I'm Laura Bancroft. And now I'm Chung Lee. I dropped the Benz off. Now I'm King Kong. Now King Kong's in this song. We got King Kong, we got Laura Croft, and we got Chung Lee. What the hell's happening in this song? So, and somebody's dropping the Benz off. That's all we know. Somebody's dropping the Benz off. Whether it's King Kong, Laura Croft, or Chung Lee, somebody's dropping the damn Benz off. I'll be like, well, y'all dropped the damn Benz off already. That song was hard to beat. Yeah, the beat. Dun, 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 dun. Then the dude with the kazoo. Like them 50-cent kazoos you get at the dollar store. Like, oh man, that's dope. Well, I want to put that on the record. Blow that kazoo. I can't hear. Every time I listen to the song, I'm like, uh-oh, here come the kazoo. Ice Spice, another industry plant. Where do y'all get these people from? This chick, all she is just a little short, little thick Dominican girl. She a light-skinned Dominican black girl. And they say, ooh, she light-skinned. She kind of thick. Got a little butt on her, yeah. She all trampy. She has no stage presence, can't rap, nothing. I can't tell you a song of hers at all. And they try to act like she everything, giving her iced coffee, Dunkin' Donuts promotions, everything. I'm like, why are they giving this person here industry plan? Yes, Pinky. That Pinky. Pinky and Nicki Minaj? Yeah. Nicki Minaj came up on mixtapes. There's actually DVD tapes of her rapping with Pinky. Pinky then was stripping and posing. They were stripping in the club, doing their things, doing their little acts on stage, getting buck wild in New York. And Nicki was rapping. Bimmy. Who's that? Fendi. Big Fendi was her manager then. Fendi had her in those clubs. They had her and Big Boy that always played Biggie in the movies. What's his name? I don't forgot his rap name for real. But he always played Biggie in the Notorious movie. God, what is his name? Gravy. Yeah, Gravy. The one that got shot in the butt. Man. Yeah, Gravy got shot in the butt and did a whole interview at Hot 97 with a bullet in his butt. Then he got banned from coming to Hot 97 for getting shot in the butt. I'm like, he got shot in the butt. Gravy. They were supposed to be Big and Kim. That's how Fendi was playing that. They were going to be the new Biggie and Kim. Nicki and Gravy. That's when she was first coming up, and she was on these little tapes that they had, like VHS, DVD tapes, mixtapes. They were coming out just like that, being promoted. That's how I remembered Nicki from the start. So I remember when it really started, when she had the terrible dyed hair. It was no wigs. Yeah, Tommy, that's how it was. There it is, the Come Up DVDs. Yep. He's like Sub-Zero, the Come Up DVDs. So that's how I could find out what was going on, what was hot in New York or anywhere else. These DVDs that was out. And that's how people in the Midwest, we knew what was going on if we was surrounded in hip hop. So we knew what new acts was coming up, who was hot, who was on their way up, who was going to be out the game. So we saw a lot of people come up that didn't pop. I still got all those DVDs. She's still charting. After all these years, you just hating. I don't hate Nicki Minaj. That's what you believe I hate her. I don't hate her. I just said, Nicki, if you look at Megan, Nicki, Cardi, who's the best rapper? Nicki. Who's the best stage performer? Nicki. There's no doubt. I've seen them perform. I've seen them rap. Nicki can out-rap the both of them. Those are two strippers. Okay, Cardi and Megan are some hoes. Those hoes. Nicki Minaj ain't a hoe. She's playing like a hoe. You see, this is why I tried to tell y'all. I tell you the truth. If you don't want to accept it, you don't have to accept it. So how in the world am I hating on Nicki Minaj if I'm telling y'all Nicki is better than these two on stage and in rapping? So I'm trying to tell you the truth. And so how am I'm just saying Nicki and Cardi, Megan and Cardi, both of them have better songs now. That's just the facts. These are facts, people. Nicki is the better rapper and the better stage performer. But Cardi and Megan have better songs now. They had the better songs. They got the songs that's popping. Nicki does not. And hasn't had a hit song in a very long time. Whoever the guy said, she's still charting. I don't know what's charting. Because there ain't nothing hitting. They got the machine behind them because they don't want to be behind Nicki. Nicki has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including Beyonce. And she's been throwing shots at Beyonce and everything else. Beyonce parted ways with dealing with her. Right. She should have kept with Safari. At least business-wise. Because they were making hits together. Everybody she been with since, they ain't putting them hits out. Queen album flopped because it was a bunch of dated songs that she did 3-4 years ago because she wasn't making no music because she was going through all the stuff she was going through. And y'all know I spoke to me and Safari talk. Y'all forgot about that? Me and Safari talk. She's been subliminally dissing Beyonce because they kicked her to the curb. Beyonce got away from Nicki, and that was it. And she rolled over with Megan. And Megan was with Nicki first. Then Megan rolled over to Cardi because Megan is a fake, you know what? She's a fake B, but you got to understand what it is. What is wrong with this Thai person? This person is, estrogen level is very high, ain't it? No, Megan is just, she's a D rider. She's like a groupie. Megan is a hoe who's a groupie. Her thing is, she's gonna roll with whoever is more popular at the time. She cool with Nicki, then she saw Cardi blow up. Now she want to be cool with Cardi because Cardi is huge. So she leave Nicki and bounce over to Cardi. So I see why Nicki looking at Megan funny. I see why she looking at her funny. And then Megan is the type that be sitting there with you and talking crap about the other person and will roll over to the other person. Like she ain't said a word about him. Now, I already know she already did that before. So we just going to keep that quiet. Because that's taking it to a whole nother era. That was another bad move. That was bad on Nas. That was a fake relationship that was put together to try to keep Nas into the new modern with the younger people and help Nicki with her whole basis. Oh, Nicki staying with Queens. her and Nas got their relationship. She was not dating Nas. They wasn't sleeping with each other. That was a whole promo thing. The Nas and Nicki Minaj relationship, that was just terrible. Terrible marketing. Like, oh, she gave Nas, look what she gave Nas for his birthday and all this. I'm like, okay, y'all are going way overboard. And nobody was going for the fake relationship. It didn't work. The song they did together couldn't even get released because Tracy Chapman wouldn't approve of her sample to be used. So this is what she was waiting on for her album. Then she went and leaked it to the radio station. So Tracy Chapman sued, and she had to pay anyway. So I'm like, I would have just released the song, released it, paid Tracy Chapman anyway a penalty, but the song would have been on the album, and we would have worked everything out in court. Sheetha was the beginning of the end for Nicki Minaj as far as the popularity. Then she started hanging around with all these other people who was just as Ariana Grande, who was trying to roll with Nicki, and Nicki was just trying to dress as trampy as ever, getting all these extra surgeries. It was just, she was in a bad space mentally, a very bad space. And she really torpedoed her career. Then she turns around and says, okay, I'm finna marry this guy, Kenneth. And Jesus Christ, his track record was not good at all, to say the least. One thing you can say about Kenneth, he's a real street dude. Yeah, anybody that tell you about him tell you, boy, there's stuff that ain't even on the record. Shoot, I got a chopper in the car. Shoot, I got a chopper in the car. Hit the like button up. Yeah, we'll talk about this a little bit more on the Patreon. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more on the Patreon. But no, Nicki problem was this. Nicki was looking at the situation like she had to rebound. Cardi had a man and a kid. She got Offset. They got a kid together. Nicki was hanging out with Quavo. The whole time they was like, oh, Nicki and Quavo. Remember they were trying to do the whole, is Nicki kicking it with Quavo? I think they secretly dating. They weren't. It was just, like I'm saying, Nicki is not a hoe like everybody thinks she is. She uses that as her angle to get the hoes to listen to her music. But Nicki was never a hoe like that. She was the girl that ain't giving you none. That was her thing. She wasn't gonna give you none at all. Yeah, that was her angle. She wasn't gonna give it up. Quavo ain't smashed no damn Nicki. Wayne ain't hit, and damn sure Drake ain't hit. Nas ain't hit. None of these dudes hit. Trying to tell you, she plays this role. Okay? She plays this role well of being a hoe, because she's not these things. Now, had that been Nicki and I mean, had that been Cardi and Megan, oh, they would have banged all them. They'd have been slept with them. They hoes. There's a major difference here. Meek got the hit once he became the boyfriend. See, you gotta understand, she likes a submissive man. Nicki dates normally submissive men who got some street cred, but she gotta have some control. Now, Kenneth is her man, but she got control. Kenneth knows she's the money, she's paying the bills, even though he got some type of little managerial thing, whatever that is. She paying the bills. Yes, that's the perfect thing. She likes sensitive thugs. Put it that way. Sensitive thugs. That's what she's attracted to. Now, if she'd have gave it up to Wayne or Drake, when Drake wanted to hit, Wayne wanted to hit, and Drake wanted to hit, she wouldn't give none of them nothing. Yeah, I spoke to Safari. He confirms it. Wayne used to hit on her right in front of his face. And he'd be, oh, my bad, respect. Because she was like, that's my man right there. Show him some respect. Don't disrespect. He was, oh, man, you know how it is, man. I'm sorry, man. Respect, man. But you got to admit, it looked nice, though. Man, she looked good, though. Yeah, buddy, baby. Yeah, so he was losing it. No, this is what the game tell you when Nicki started to bite back at the industry. She realized she didn't have all what she thought. She signed up for Tidal, just like everybody else. And when everybody signed up for Tidal, and they didn't get their money, it got crazy. Because Jay-Z sold it under everybody knows and said, here, y'all all getting y'all investment back. She had burnt a lot of bridges by signing up with Tidal, just like Kanye did when he had the Life of Pablo album. When he put the album out, they wanted to make it exclusive on Tidal, so everybody else couldn't get it right away to get people to sign up. So what he was doing was building Tidal up so he could sell it. That's what Jay-Z does. Broke off everybody, they little bitty peons, and then that's it. Tidal's done. So, I mean, you got to understand, when you follow somebody like Jay-Z, who's not the businessman that everybody believes he is, you're setting yourself up for a disaster because he's going to sell you out. So you got to understand, this guy's going to sell you out. Yes, hit the like button, good people. The Cash App is Carcino. I did get a Cash App question. It was done the right way, but I'm waiting on to get a whole collective more so we can answer it and do the whole process here. So Nicki Minaj was cool because she was big, and when Meek was with them, they were gonna be like the new couple. Jay and Beyonce was sitting next to Nicki and Meek, and he was gonna try to take Meek and change Meek's image up because he was just using Meek for this social justice thing so they could squeeze money into a fund, and him and these other billionaires, and they can make some money off of it, social reform, and make some new laws. And it's can't trust this Negro Jay. I don't know how people get away with it. Do the Jay-Z voice. What? I really don't think that a couple of those guys all together, they didn't really understand what we was trying to build with Tidal. You know, No, because what I was trying to do was I was trying to make it like where, everybody would have like a piece of the company, and then we collectively, have something for us because, as blacks, we don't really have anything. So I was trying to do it collectively. But no, when you're trying to be an entrepreneur and you trying to make something that's never been done before, you always gonna run into those naysayers that don't want you to have anything anyway. I would have never become Hove if I listened to those people. Absolutely. Um, hit the like button too. Oh no, they promoted themselves as a black business, and the only black people they had working there was Jay and Beyonce. All white people working there. I think somebody said he's sentenced. He got 120 days. I don't know if it's gonna be house arrest or he got to go to jail. But I mean, it was really stupid of him to go and be seen on somebody else's live stream. It's not even his live stream. It was his homeboy going live, one of his homies from the streets. And homie from the street is, yeah, that's right. Well, we on the street, we outside. All set. Yeah, man. Yeah, you gonna have to see me. Yeah, this is what it is. First, you're threatening a man who just lost Takeoff. His brother's gone. Make more of the cartoons with Kanye voice. I forgot about those videos. Those videos was great. I gotta find that guy again who was making them. Oh, 50 Cent and Nicki? They queens, so they never really had no problems. They got along real well. They just couldn't, they never was around each other enough to like work together. Nicki should have had more acting gigs. She did like Barbershop 3 or something. But she should have had more acting gigs. She should have had herself in a lot of other different venues. Then she started doing her like podcast show. Like Nicki should have kept doing the podcast thing and kept that going. It would have kept her relevant. I don't know if she would have been where Joe Budden is right now, but she got those little internet followers. That would have boosted her stock and took her up the ladder. Because what these young people did was use that as the gas. Like Cardi B was able to build up her little hive that she got going up against Nicki's hive. And then they go to war, start tearing up each other. It was so bad that some people were going to court, losing jobs over, like she's going to court because she was attacking It was shown that she was the one secretly attacking her behind the scenes, and then Cardi had sent this behind the scenes, and she was the publicist for Cardi, and she was a publicist for Nicki, and this is what was said in the records and the transcripts that was brought out. It was all kind of nonsense going on. It was crazy. And I'm like, normally you see this from ratchet women on Facebook or IG who ain't got nothing going on. They both work at Popeyes or JJ Fish, J&J Fish, or Sharks, or whatever. You know, you see these from two ratchet chicks who ain't got nothing arguing over men who ain't got nothing. You know, you see this kind of nonsense then. Girl, you just mad because he want me and your nails ain't as long as mine. And, you know, dumb stuff. So you see this kind of nonsense happening with people who got millions of dollars. So y'all got millions of dollars. What the hell are you arguing about? What the hell are you arguing about? This dude just lost Takeoff. Offset just lost Takeoff in an unnecessary violent way that upset a lot of people in that business. That the whole Migos was destroyed with that. You know, that they got rocked by that. They was one of the best groups to perform, and he was the best rapper in the whole group. And he was the most peaceful human being ever. And he wasn't even the target and got hit and lost his life over nonsense. And here you is threatening the other member of that group, Offset. You want to threaten him on the internet. How you think that's going to make Nicki look? Because here it is. You did the stupidity. Kenneth, you did it. You did the dumb. You did that. That was you who did something real stupid. And who gets to blame? Nicki. Nicki Minaj husband. Nicki, they ain't gonna worry about who no Kenny Petty is. They think that's a race car driver. They don't know who the hell no Kenny Petty. Kenny Petty, did he drive the number 3 car? No. They don't know about, all they know about you is Nicki Minaj. That's it. Man, these people ain't really they gang affiliated. They ain't no gang member. Like, you act like like Nicki Minaj is on a front line or something. Cardi B now. Like, well, you wasn't at the meeting. Shit, you were blood. When you at the meeting? She ain't no real, she's affiliated with Bloods. No, so they gonna say Nicki Minaj husband. Nicki Minaj husband threatens Offset. Nicki Minaj husband. Nicki Minaj. So this messes up your brand. Where Cardi B is married to Offset, who's another millionaire. It enhances their brand. Even when Jeezy married the doggone Vietnamese woman he divorcing, it enhanced their brand. They went up. They went up. They didn't go down. They went up. So their brand was enhanced by them being together. Business deals, everything is enhanced. When it started to go down, is when you marry somebody that's not on your level. Nicki marrying Kenny Petty. Where's this going? No way to go. You can't go up. Nobody want to deal with him. Plenty of people be like, Nicki, if you go, you got to go alone. You can't come with him. We don't want him nowhere near. So where's your brand gonna go? Down. I know, right? I'm just crazy. I'm just telling a whole bunch of truth. So now you got a child with somebody who you wanted, a sensitive thug. Nobody finna doubt his gangster. Nobody finna say, hey, he ain't really who he say he is. I believe he is 100%. He's definitely exactly what he says he is. There's no question, there's no diggity, there's no doubts. Well, you want to make sure that you have, he's a danger. Who ain't a danger? That's the that's the bigger statement. Who isn't a danger? Everybody's a danger at this point. But yes, he's dangerous to her career because at any moment given in time, that man can go off and it will be 4 dead today in Los Angeles after a man did not receive his car who was getting detailed on time. He got in an argument with a manager. Words were exchanged. Then the man returned with gunfire at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All he had to do was wait 5 more minutes. The car was being held up because they wanted to finish some work. He became very impatient and began to strike the man before gunfire. At any given moment, that could happen with what she's married to. At any given moment. But that's what you signed up for. So, right away, I'm not saying Offset called the cops on him, but I'm quite sure somebody did, and he was in violation of the agreement that got him staying in California when they had to fight to try to get him to basically stay in the state. So how is any of this helpful to Nicki Minaj? How? It's insulting. Yeah, I feel very weird about the situation, you know? What baby boy tell you? Mama, you like them thugs. You see a killer like Henry? Mama like them thugs. She like them thugs. She need to leave him. Okay, well, I feel you on that. But now there's a child involved. How do you leave that? You see what I'm saying? Things get complicated. It's not all written out in stone. Yeah. Well, you have to start asking yourself major questions there. You got to start saying to yourself, what is it that you want to do to enhance your brand? And she gotten away from it. What made your brand was the music. And that's why I try to tell people, I'm like, when you got something that's working for you, you got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to basics and get back to the start, the impetus, whatever you want to call it. Get centered. The music is what did it. So you got to get back to doing the work. The work is the music. Get back to that. Why are you stepping away from that? It's a lot of different weirdness going on. Yeah, a lot of it don't make sense. So you want to try to get to a point where it makes sense. You said Meg and Cardi can't even tour. Exactly. I mean, here's the thing. What you gonna get from a Megan Thee Stallion show? You gonna get her basically doing stripper moves on stage, being butt naked, and she's doing her thotty songs. But they the hot songs now, so they got that. But stage presence, no. She don't really have it. Cardi B definitely don't have stage presence. Rapping ability, Cardi don't have it. So none of them have that. Nicki has both. Nicki can do stage shows. And why? Because she came up touring and doing these things. She came up the real way. She was in those hole in the wall joints, strip clubs, performing. She knew how to grab the mic and perform on stage. She knew how to sell it. And she could rap better. So that was what was going on. WAP was the betrayal of Nicki. I mean, it really was. That was Megan's betrayal in doing that WAP song with Cardi. Like I said, the beginning of the end is when Cardi first came out. When Cardi first came out and Nicki didn't embrace her, anybody who was trying to come up, Nicki was trying to attack them to keep some beef going. When she should have threw an arm around Cardi, because Cardi came up with some momentum. She saw that Bodak Yellow was hot and was blowing up. She should have threw an arm around Cardi right then and there. She tried to fight it, and that was her mistake. I said, oh, you gonna lose. That was a mistake. She came out with Barbie things, and I'm like, if you gonna come out and try to throw some little shots on some songs and throw your songs out at the same time, you're not finna stop the Cardi movement, because Cardi album was hot. I was like, this album hot. So you don't want to go up against this. Trust me. You better, whoever her team was, they gave her some bad advice for her to come out at that time. Because you come out and you get looked at as whack right then and there while Cardi's is still bumping, that's going to damage you beyond comparison. So when you came out with Queen, that thing was dead on arrival. It's just a Barbie thing, but it's just a Barbie thing. And she actually made a video about it with that. That's how terrible that was. I'm like, you went back to the Barbie thing? That song would have been good now. You should have rode the Barbie wave. The Barbie movie was out and you ain't riding that wave? Whew. You slipping. You slipping. You are slipping. Now, yeah, because if you ain't riding that wave, it don't make no sense. Doesn't make any sense, really. Because that's your avenue. You should have been on that. He said Wayne sold up masters to who? Well, she need to try to go get him. because she was in bad contract after bad contract after bad contract. You see, that was Nicki thing because she was wanting to make it so bad she didn't even care. She just wanted to sign. So she signed to Young Money, which is signed to Cash Money. Plus she was signed with Debbie. So she had to basically pay her way out of that. She had to get herself out from under Bimmy. So Bimmy did that. So by the time the money was starting to come in, that was coming from her doing crossover songs. When she did her feature on the Monster soundtrack, the Monster song with Kanye and all that, and she started doing those crossover pop songs. Once she started doing those songs, the songs that we were like, ugh, I don't listen to that. You weren't listening to it, but 16-year-old suburbanite white kids were listening to it. Because they had Katy Perry and Justin Bieber and Nicki Minaj was in there, Ariana Grande's. And when she started doing those songs and getting her money up, so she has to pay all these other people before she was getting paid. So her record deal contract was screwed up. So it is what it is. I hope she come out all right. But to sit there and lie and say these aren't factors that mean anything, these are factors that mean something. They all mean something. Oh yeah, shouts out to everybody out there. Thanks for the super chats, appreciated them. Dude, straight up. Should be a lot more super chats though, so I'm gonna have to end it. But it was cool talking about this. We weren't gonna go this long until everybody came in and made it live. So thank y'all for coming in and making it live. Make sure y'all all signed up to the Patreon, because Patreon we can get a little bit more raw there. So I don't want y'all to miss what's coming. So stay tuned.